that the Israeli military operation is a collective punishment of the Palestinians in Gaza. And because you acknowledge a brutal attack by Hamas, you've condemned it just now. I have to ask you, as a former head of state, what is the expectation? What can be done when a terrorist organization invades and murders another state? And on that note, isn't it time for the UN, as other countries, the US, European countries, recognize Hamas as a terror organization?
Recognition of terrorist organizations is done by the Security Council in the United Nations. So I said very clearly that what we had was terror attacks. So I think it's absolutely clear my position about those attacks. But now let's go to your question. And your question is, for me, very simple. Those attacks were horrible. But as different Israeli leaders have been telling repeatedly, they are not fighting the Palestinian people, they are fighting Hamas. If that is the case, I cannot understand how this is conducted in such a way that has led in Gaza to reportedly around 28,000 people killed, to 75% of the population displaced, and to a level of destruction of entire neighborhoods at the level that it has happened. I think that there is something wrong in the way the military operations are being conducted.
But you know how Hamas is inside the civilian population. We see it in schools, we see it in hospitals.
We have condemned...
It's easier said than done.
I have condemned the use of human shields. I even said that they are a violation of international humanitarian law. But the same international humanitarian law is clear that even when there are human shields, there is an obligation to protect civilians. So in that regard, I think we are abiding by principles without double standards. And I think it's very important to be credible, not to have double standards.
You have said